Okay, thanks everybody for coming, and I'm assuming several online or however on their phones listening. We'll get started. We haven't been able to have this for a couple of years, so maybe a refresher for some might be brand new. However it works, we'll show you our load restriction map for frost laws. And generally, roughly the first part of March, and then they come off average mid-May. We've had them go on as early as March 1 and come off as early as April 15th. Not very often. So mostly March to mid-May. So if we can put the frost law map up. So the ones online, I don't know if you can or can't see it from how you're there. The red, all county and township roads in red, solid red, red and white checkered are 6 ton. The green are routes that have been upgraded throughout the years, and we used to have none. You can see the green is 7 ton. So for the most part, all of Williams County is 6 ton and 7 ton. There's a few exceptions. Going down to Long Creek, you can see the dark brown. That's special, and that's year-round special restriction with the gross weight of 40,000. There's Blacktail would be another one, I believe. Little short piece going into the Blacktail Dam is a special restriction. Right there, yes. Any questions on that of how the 6 ton, when I say sorry, I assume everybody understands. 6 ton axle weights. We follow the exact way that the state of North Dakota follows. We follow their same 6 ton per axle, per grouping, same thing. We've done it for years. 7 ton, then you go 7 ton, and you have a group weight. There's on the bottom of our map is your code. If you roll the map up maybe just a little, there you go. If you go to 6 ton, so it's 12,024 for a tandem group. 3 axles is 10,000. The maximum for the group of 6 ton is 30,000. Gross weight of the whole unit is 80. And then of course you can read the 7 ton just like it appears up there. Any questions from it's a choice. You can buy the $1,000 frost law special permit through the association, through the load pass system. You buy that $1,000 permit to go to 7 ton axle weights. If you buy the permit, if it works for you, and you so choose to purchase it on a 6 ton road, you can up to 7 ton axle weights. We've been doing that for years also. No, it's gravel. It's gravel roads only. It's not for pavement. No. We have some pavement that is already 7 tons, so they come off the 7 ton, hit a gravel road, providing they have the permit and keep on going their route. Those frost law grant monies have been put in a kitty and have been, we call them grants, go back to the townships for upgrading or fixing or repairing some of their routes. And again, it's just another tool in the toolbox. You don't have to buy it, but if it works and you know that you have a way to make that work, there's a great option. Any questions on that? Anybody online have that question?
I said that's strictly for the 6-ton. It doesn't benefit you any on the 7-ton or anything.
Correct. Correct. It gets you from the 6-ton axle weight to the 7-ton. Correct. It does not work on all pavement. We have some pavements that have been upgraded that are already 7-ton, so it works. There's some pavement that is 6-ton. That does not work. It's only for gravel routes, including the townships. They're all in on this permit system also with the county. Western Dakota Energy Association, they're gonna come on next. They've made some upgrades and some changes to the permit system. They can explain that to you through the TV.
Can you hear us, Dennis?
Yes.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Brent Bogar with Load Pass Permits. And with me, I've got Joel Vanderlinden and Jeff Simon as well. And we're just going to give you a quick overview of some of the updates that have happened and are underway with the Load Pass system.
So I'll talk about the notification system. The notification system was launched in 2012, but we have done some upgrades to that as well. So the users and the subscribers can now get notifications via email and or via text. So you just want to make sure that you go out onto the website and that you are subscribed so you can get those notifications. You can pick and choose which counties or cities that you want to view those notifications for. So during frost laws, it's very helpful. During rain events, the counties will put on their road restrictions at that time. As of last year, we sent out 1.5 million text messages and 6 million emails out letting people know about restrictions and or notifications. And also there's 2,000 users registered for text messages right now, and 6,000 email people are registered as well. So if you're not signed up, if you can go out to the website, and on the bottom right, you'll see the sign up for notifications, and that's where you'll enter in your information. If you are currently a subscriber to the notification system, you may just want to double check to make sure that your email and or your cell phone number is correct, to make sure that you are getting those notifications. Another thing to add to Dennis's thing about the map for road restrictions is that when the county sends out the notifications, Load Pass then enters that restriction onto our GIS map as well. So when you do a permit, that information is out there, or when you view the viewer map, those restrictions are also listed on our map as well. Some of the other updates that I'd like to tell you about is starting today, Mercer County is now part of Load Pass Permits. So they are starting to use the permitting system. So now we have 30 counties and 3 cities now with Load Pass. The newest thing that we launched earlier this month was the axle weight update. We're asking for more information. The counties would like more information about individual axles compared to the whole axle group. So now we are asking for the number of tires, tire width, the track width, and the axle center to axle center. So that way the counties can see your configuration of what you are hauling as well. And then at the bottom of the screen, once you have all that information entered in for the axle information, your picture will show up of what the unit is that you're using.
And collecting all this axle information aligns very much with what the state collects for their permits. And this is going to help us move forward with the transition from a permit system that's just based off of gross vehicle weight to axle weights for the permits. The counties want to make a recognition of the fact that industry has been making capital investments in equipment to reduce impacts on road by buying triple axle trailers and trucks. And so that needs to be recognized in the permit system, because those extra axles do help to reduce the impacts on the roads. And so we want to recognize that, and the permit system is moving towards that change.
And these are just a couple of the other enhancements that we're working on with the system, with the law enforcement enhancement, with a quick lookup for them to verify that the unit does have a permit. For the admin to be able to use it mobile friendly as well, and also with the end users, a lot of the mobile friendly, we want to make sure that the GIS system is able to be usable on the mobile device.
So one other thing we wanted to talk about today related to Load Pass is Wise Roads. And this is, if you've been around for the last couple of years, you've probably heard of this. This is where Western Dakota Energy received a grant from the Oil and Gas Research Program to help fund weather stations in Western North Dakota that we could then use to help track weather events, so that the counties could make informed decisions in regards to restrictions, weather-related restrictions on the roads. And so we worked with Upper Great Plains Transportation Institute and the North Dakota Ag Weather Network out of NDSU, and installed weather stations throughout the region. And just to give you an idea what that looked like prior to Wise Roads, this map here shows where the end-on weather stations were. And I know we're in Williams County, and we had 4 stations in Williams County. The one I like to point out, just to the vastness of it, was that McKenzie County, being over 2,600 square miles, had 1 weather station in the entire county. And so when you've got that size of a county, even looking at the Williams County locations, you know, we had a weather station out by the research center, but you had nothing up in the northwest corner of the county. By implementing Wise Roads, we were able to put in more weather stations throughout the region and help the counties to be able to see those weather events and start to create zones in regards to weather-related restrictions. So this is now the density of those weather stations. So you can see we went from 8 to 35 full stations, plus an additional 7 just rain gauge stations. The full instrumentation stations, those collect wind speed, soil temps, they collect precipitation, temperature, and those full stations also have cameras on them so that the counties can log in and they can actually view the roads to see what the road conditions look like out in that area without having to have someone drive out there. As well as we worked with the counties and with NDON and Upper Great Plains, and we've installed road temperature and moisture probes in 3 different county roads in the oil counties. And this is going to help Wise Roads, it's going to help the county engineers and LTAP collect this information in Upper Great Plains to start doing research about when does the frost come out of the road? How fast does a roadbed dry out after a rain event? Because previously, all of the soil probes that are part of the NDON, they would be in the pasture land. And so what's the difference between a roadbed with that compaction and gravel versus the pasture? We'll be able to collect that information to start helping make more informed decisions regarding restrictions and when they should come off. Quickly, this is just a quick couple of screenshots. wiseroadsnd.com is our current website that we put together to put this information at your fingertips. You can look at current weather. If you go to station photos, the image on the upper right of this slideshow shows all of the weather stations in Williams County that have cameras. And so these pictures are updated every 10 to 15 minutes. So you can go out and you can even, the public can see those images themselves. The image on the lower right of this is just the full detail or part of the detail. If I go into the individual weather stations, I can get all of this information where it tells me the temperature, the soil temperatures, wind speeds, all of that information. Again, it's all publicly available for you. And so we want to make this information available to the counties to make informed decisions, but also to the public so that you can use it to make decisions, whether that's moving equipment, operations, any of those types of things. You have access to this information as well. With that, this is our contact information. Joelle and her staff operate and do a lot of the administration of the load pass. So if you have questions about getting a permit or the map, anything like that, give Joelle a call and they can help you out. And with that, we'll turn it back to Dennis, or if there are any other questions.
Any questions on any of that? Okay. Thank you, guys and gals. Okay, we'll move on. Permits, some of you know, some of you don't know, but the road crossings, when you're gonna bore the county or township road, you need to get your crossings. They're online at williamsnd.com under the highway department, and then you can print them and send them in. We get them all the time, whether it's a road crossing or approach permits, either one. Something's come up in the last couple of years, unloading your equipment on the county roads or township roads. We highly recommend going to your site and unload. The farmers don't unload their grain out on the, or transfer grain out on the road and hold you up, so it's best you don't hold them up either. Okay? Inclement weather. So when the county, we get a rainstorm, a wet, heavy snowstorm during frost. Well, frost is covered too, but we still may go to 20,000 pounds when we shut those down. You'll get the buzz from the load pass on your cell phone or an email from them in that reporting notification. So it's a really good system to be signed up for, so you don't get yourself in a spot where you can't get out, or everybody watches the weather. You know that they're predicting a heavy rain coming. You pretty much know what's going to happen to parts or all of a county and townships roads. We are able, to the fellas in the back, the GIS group, put together a map, and it overlays basically just like the state highway, that you see that there's ice on the road, wet conditions, compacted snow, all that, just like the state. We have the very same thing. They won an award for that for Williams County. It works really well, but you have to go on our site to see it, williamsnd.com. Go on there. Those load conditions are on there year-round. Also, if we shut our roads down to that 20,000 pounds, that's another spot you can look at what area, because we can do one road, all the roads, just a township, north of Highway 2, just on the west side of 42, wherever the storm went through. It's a wonderful tool for all of us. Dust control. So if you know that you're going to, and this is more for the operators, if you know that you're going to have you're going to impact a section of road, area, whatever, be good neighbors and keep the dust down for the people that live along that. We're just asking. Most have been awesome in that situation in the past few years. It's been working relatively well. Most of you have done very well, all the operators, and whether it's a pipeline or a drilling rig or frac job or whatever, everybody's been, for the most part, done very well with that. So, thank you for that. County road projects. We'll show you what we have going for 2022, so if you have something in that area, plan accordingly. We do our best not to close the road. There is going to be a time when it's closed for a short period. I'll go to this. Oh, yeah. You just use your hand. County 23 off of Highway 2, down to the right. County 23, the blue line right there. We're going to pave from Highway 2 south 4 miles this year. That first mile, because we're working next to the state highway, we're going to have that first mile closed. You know, a good guess would be 2 to 3 days. Then it'll be open for a while, and then we'll have it closed for 2 or 3 days for the next lift, then closed for a bit, and then the final lift, it'll be closed for 2 or 3 days. The detour route will be set up. It'll be just a mile to the west of that route in Pleasant Valley. You'll turn off the highway there, go south 1 mile, and then you'll come back to the east 1 mile and come right back onto the route that you're planning to travel. County 8, from the end of the pavement at Epping by the railroad spur and Dapple's gathering station there, we're going to pave 8 miles over to County 15, the Wheelock Road. Those 4 miles there will be paved this year. Okay? The red that you see at Tioga, the 5 miles of County Road 10, the 15 miles of County Road 8 at the 13-mile corner over to County 5, the County 7 where the new school is, into Gooseneck, into the city limits, and the frontage road down by Bobcat and International will all be chip sealed this year with a maintenance coat. And as of right now, that is our 22 project list for County Highway. Any questions? Yep.
I have one for back on the weight limits. If a county road serves as a border between Williams and Divide, which weight restriction do we follow?
Well, I hope that we're both on the same page, but we will make sure of that. But yes, we should be. I'm pretty sure we're both at 6 ton. Are you talking the east-west one, 16?
There is a north-south road that serves as the border between Williams and Divide, and we had a particular job on it last year. And there are times when Williams and Divide have different weight limits.
North-south, we don't share a road north and south. Like 21A through McGregor is paved, and then you turn into Divide County, and it's paved. Do you know which one it is? East-west we share.
Yeah, it's the road one runs east-west.
That must be 16. Wild Rose? Sound right?
Yeah,
16? Okay, we have 6 ton on it. And what's Divide? Do you know what it is? I mean,
It was for inclement weather. It was the different frost restrictions. That one it was 6 ton at one point for Williams and 7 ton for Divide or something like that. They were different.
during frost laws.
Yeah.
Okay, we will double check that. I thought we were together on that, but we'll check it. Good question. We'll get with Brian and Divide. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to drive east on the Williams County side at 6 ton and then west on their side at 7 ton. I got it. Okay. The only 7-ton that I was aware of in Divide County is on 21, but doesn't mean there is, well, obviously there might be a discrepancy there. Okay? Any other questions? If not, that's all we have. Thanks for coming, and frost laws are coming no matter what. Okay, thank you. You remember that one? I don't remember that one.